Stampers. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. All right. Okay, so I have a fun card that, oh, I need to turn the sound down there. There we go. Don't need to hear it twice. It's a card, well, I've made one now, but it is a card that I hadn't tried before. And I don't think it is like a brand new design, but it's called a corner flip fold. And I am going to be using the Snail Stamp set with it and making a cute Valentine, because I'm still needing some Valentines. So what I have is a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of real red cardstock. And I'm going to be scoring and folding this at 4 1/4. If you see anything today that you would like to shop for and you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be happy to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can shop with me at this channel here, or this website. And take a peek, if you go there, at the Hey There Chick stamp sets. If you are familiar with Stampin' Up!, you might remember the Hey Chick stamp set. Well, now they've brought in a matching die set to go with that, and then there's also the brand new Hey There, or Hey Birthday Chick and dies, and they're super cute. And those went live today, so you can go in and see those. They can be bundled together for the stamps and the dies for, and save 10% off of that. Okay, so let's get started on the card. This is really a fun and easy fold to do. So like I said, I've got a piece of real red cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to go ahead and score that like normal at 4 1/4. So right in half. Let me get this in view here. Okay, so there we go. Now I've made myself a little template. I wanted it to be just a little bit sturdier than regular paper, so I've cut this out of a piece of recycled file folder. You could use cardstock or whatever you want. And I made a 3.5 inch, or a 3.5 inch wide by 2 3/4 inch rectangle. So it was like this. And then I put it in my trimmer and I cut it diagonally, because what we want is this diagonal corner here. Okay, so now that I have my little pattern, I'm going to line it up here on my card. And if you don't have a trimmer like this, but you have a scoreboard, you can use a scoreboard, or you can use a ruler and a stylus or a bone folder to do your scoring, whatever you have. So I'm going to line this point up in the track and that bottom point up in the track. Then I'm going to hold onto my card and pull that away and close this without moving it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and run that through there a few times to get that diagonal score mark. All right, I'm just going to set the trimmer aside. So now I'm going to just kind of bend that back on that line a little bit so that we can see it on the back there. And when I open it up, you can kind of get the idea. We're going to pop this into the inside. I think I have it bent enough there on the back side. So we just need to make the paper cooperate here. There we go. And before I give it a real good burnish, I want to make sure that my sides are lining up. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to burnish that down. I'll turn it over and do the same. And then inside here too. So just like that, we've already created our little corner flip. Okay, so now we can set that aside. That's the card base. Now we're going to need a layer for the outside and for the inside top and the inside bottom, and also these pieces here. So your 3 layers, the one for the outside and these layers here, those you're going to want to have at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so 1/4 of an inch smaller than your card base. So 4 by 5 1/4. And so I've got 2 pieces of, I found this heart paper, and this is in the Snail set in the mini catalog. This is the Snail Mail Designer Series paper that goes along with the stamp set and dies that we're using today. And so you'll see on the back here the cute mushrooms. They're adorable. But since I'm doing a Valentine, I wanted to use the heart. So I'm going to put these 2 pieces, one on the front of my card and the other one on the top inside. And then I've got a piece of white for the bottom inside there. So we're going to need our little pattern again. And keep in mind that we have cut our paper down 1/4 of an inch smaller. So even though we're using the same size that we cut out, or that we did the fold with, it's going to make this fit just right as our layer piece. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with the card base. I'm going to put this in and match up these points best as I can here. And then I'm just going to slide it away and close my trimmer, and I'm going to snip that off. So there is our first layer for the front. Okay, now this piece that I snipped off, I'm just going to set it aside. I don't really need the one that I'm snipping off from the front, but I am going to need the one that I snip off from the top of the inside. So now, because keep in mind this is going to be on the bottom instead of the top, so make sure you have your paper facing the way you want it. You're going to take your pattern and you're going to turn it upside down, okay? So you'll just flip it and turn it upside down, and we're going to cut that off. So let me make sure I've got it lined up here where I need it. And the live chat's on if you're watching live. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And just say hello if you want. Okay, so I'm lining up those points again in the track. Slide that away and snip it off. So this again is the inside top piece. Now, I'm not going to get rid of this one because we're going to use that one in this space right here. But we have to trim it down a little bit. So we're going to trim down 1/2 inch off of this shorter, so it would be the shortest side of your triangle. So we're going to trim 1/2 inch. I'm going to turn it upside down because I want to trim it off. Let me see if I can. I don't think you're going to be able to see it there. I'm going to measure it. There's some measurements down at the bottom, and I can't slide my trimmer up enough for you to see. But I'm just lining it up there, and I'm going to trim off a 1/2 inch from that side. So there it is. And this is the piece that I trimmed off there. And we're going to do the same thing with the white piece that's going to go on the bottom. So I will bring my pattern back in, and we're back up to the corner. And if I didn't, I know I told you in the beginning that you cut your square. So you can always measure if you don't want to make a pattern. It's just the pattern is so much easier because then you don't have to measure and mark every single time. But you can, if you want, you can go measure over 3.5 inches and put a little tick mark and 2 3/4 down here and line it up that way. We're going to put this back in again, lining up that pattern, sliding it away, and cutting it off. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, turn that upside down, and I'm going to cut off. Oh, there's another measurement up here so I can show you. I'm going to line it up at the 1/2 inch over here on the right side and snip that off. And then that will fit perfectly there. So now we have all of our layers cut, and I don't need to use my little pattern anymore, so I can set that aside. And I think for right now, we will just put all of our pieces together here. I'm not adding any ribbons or anything like that that I need to worry about, so I can go ahead and put my layers on. This paper is so cute. I'm thinking about getting another package of it, because once it's gone, I still have the Stampin' Dies, and I would be really sad if I didn't have coordinating paper to go with it. Let's see, I think I need to move that up just a bit. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, that looks good. So there's the front. Looks like my battery's gonna fizzle out on my iPad, so if you come on to chat and say anything, I will try to see it on my phone, but my phone's up in the air here. Okay. So there is that, and I'm going to put the little corner pieces on with liquid glue. It's just easier because of their sharp points. So you kind of want to try to match up your edges so that the eye is drawn to see that straight line there. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to use a little Tombow liquid glue. Grab a bottle that doesn't feel like it's empty. Now this one's got glue in it still. Now a little of this goes a long way, and I have to remind myself of that. And it's very sticky and it dries fast. All right, there's that one. And let me get this one situated right so I put the adhesive on the right side of it. There's that. Looks correct there. Trying to pick this up without sticking all my fingers in it. Oopsie. All right. So there we go. All of our layers are in place. Now then, let me bring in all these other parts and pieces. I've cut one little hello word out of part of the patterned papers. I've made a strip here that I'm going to put on the front. Isn't that so cute? And I'm going to glue that down there. So I think I will go ahead and do that. I don't know if you guys like making Valentines, but I think they're one of the more fun kind of cards to make. They're just happy, and because red is my favorite color, which you guys probably get sick of hearing me say, but it is. I love it. All kinds of reds, but red, it's my favorite. Okay. Cute. All right, now then I'm going to, I've got the heart punches. This is their, it's just called Heart Punch Pack. You get both of them together, and one is solid lines and the other one is a little bit bigger and is the scalloped edge. And I've got Blushing Bride here. It's one of the colors that coordinates with this paper collection. And I'm actually just going to play around and see what I end up wanting here, because I haven't made, I've made one of these cards, but not with this paper and, or not with the snails. This is Bermuda Bay, and it's also a color from this collection. And I'm not sure if I want one of each of these colors or if I want what I want to do here yet. So I'm not going to attach anything down until I decide that. But I do know that I want the one that's going to be in the middle to have the scalloped edge red heart behind it. So let's just see how this looks. I think I kind of like it. Kind of like that. I think I'm going to go with it. This one's going to go on the inside. All right, I like that. And for fun, I think what I'm going to do, I got out the painted texture embossing folder. And I'm just going to put these two in here. And for some interest, give them some texture. So I'm going to run this through my machine real quick. I need this other plate. All right, let's see. Oh, those turned out good. Okay. So that's fun. Just gives a little more interest to the hearts. So those are going to go up there, this one there, and then let me set that aside. From the Heartfelt stamp set, which is in the annual catalog, I'm going to use that Happy Valentine's Day stamp. And I don't need this whole great big piece of paper, so I think I'm just gonna cut some off here. I got a new pair of scissors. We went to another town yesterday, and they had a Hobby Lobby there. And I'd been wanting a pair of large size scissors that are non-stick, and they had these, and they were only, I think they were $9 and some change. So that's a pretty good buy, and they're sharp, and I love the non-stick because anytime you're cutting anything that's got some adhesive on it, it works like a charm. All right, so I'm just going to bring my Stamparatus in here and put my cardstock down and my Happy Valentine's Day. Pick that stamp up. And I've got the little foam mat under here. Since that's a photopolymer stamp, you have to have that extra little cushion. And then using Real Red, I'm going to ink up that stamp. And I'm doing it on the Stamparatus because if it didn't ink up good enough the first time, I wanted to be able to go back over it again. Since that's a really solid stamp. I'm actually satisfied with that, so we'll go with it. And I've just got my chamois. I'm going to clean that stamp off. Okay, and now I can use my heart punch again to punch this out. And I love that it leaves that little bit of white border, because then when I put it on the red background, it makes it pop. Cute. Okay, let me close this ink pad up. Now then, I don't know if you noticed, but I have taken a pencil and marked the corners of my card, because since this top corner is missing here, we want to make sure that when we put anything here that's going to be sticking up, that you're not going outside the borders of your card, so that your card will still fit in the envelope. So it's not as hard on this side, you just have to make sure you don't go over the edge this way. But when you're getting up at the top, you need to make sure that you're not going taller than your card. And then also, how do I want to position these? So I'm gonna stick my, let's see, I'm just gonna put my thumb right there so I know when I flip it that I need my adhesive to not go past my thumbnail there. And I'm just gonna use glue. How did I have it? Like that, I guess. That's not really how I wanted it. But I can just position that one more like that, and it will be fine. And then this one's going to come in here. Maybe I'll do it more like that. Okay, how are we doing? Good. Wanted to make sure there was no glue coming out on the other side. All right. So now I think I will go ahead and glue this one to the scalloped piece. I love this. I just love that scallop. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this one up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button And I would love it if you shared my video with your friends, or share it to your Facebook page or whatever. Okay, so there is that. Cute. Let's do the inside. All right, now let's see here. I want to use this cute snail with the heart on the letter there because I think that's appropriate. And there's a die that goes with it that cuts the snail out, but it doesn't cut the "You've Got Mail" out, which is also perfect because I don't want it to say that. And I'm just going to stamp him with Memento Black. I think I can actually do it on this piece here. If you get this set, when you are mounting your labels on your stamp set, and you get this one, which is a speech bubble, it has this dot here, which I have up here. Don't get rid of it because you can use that dot, and the sticky, the label is actually part of this label too. And it's cut, so you can put the sticky part on it. You can make adorable, use that to make adorable polka dot backgrounds. Okay, so I've got some markers here to color this snail. And we're just going to color, I've got light and dark petal pink to color the snail's body with. And the coloring on the paper for this set doesn't have shading, it's just straight colors. However, I do want to use just a little bit here on the dots and maybe the mouth. Cute. And then dark Daffodil Delight for the shell. I was trying to leave that little swirl of white, but I don't know if I accomplished that or not. We'll see here how it looks. I might just fill it in. It's all right. And then a little heart on the envelope. And that is all the coloring. Okay. Now then, We'll cut this guy out. Be right back. There we go, so cute. And then while I'm at it, I may as well cut this, and there's actually a die for this as well, and I could have popped it in there and done it all at the same time. I was thinking I was just going to have to fussy cut it, but there's a die, so why fussy cut when we can just run it through the machine? Okay. So there it is, just like that. Just like magic. All right. So now I want another red heart. So I think I need to grab another piece of red here. I've got scraps. I just need to find one the right size. This will work, I think. Okay, so what you need to keep in mind when you're doing your inside is that whatever you put in here can't be so big that when it closes that it's going to poke out the top, the side or the bottom. And I don't need to worry about that with what I'm putting because it's not going to be that big. But what I think I do want is a blue heart to put on top of that one. I think that'll be cute. Oh yes, it will be. Okay, my iPad just went down, so if anybody chats, I might not see it. But I definitely will read any comments or chat afterwards. Ooh, I really like these colors together. They're fun. Okay, so we're going to put the snail on there. And we're going to pop up the hello there. That's going to be so cute. All right. So I think what I am going to do is from the meant to be set, I'm going to use that little heart right there. And I'm just going to stamp a few hearts around. And that was Real Red. And then I'm going to also do a few in Blushing Bride. So I need to color or clean off my stamp here. There we go. And I'm going to leave that out because I think I'll use it again in a minute. All right, now let's glue this heart on up here. And I think I want to do it at an angle. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go ahead and do him straight. I'm going to put a dimensional there on the top of the snail, but I'm going to glue the bottom of him down to the heart there. I'm just going to hold it there for a second so that it sticks. So cute. Now there's also a stamp that you can make your own speech bubble, and you can turn it either any direction you want, but there was some of the paper in the pack already had this hello on it, so I just grabbed that, and I see I've got some glue oozing out there, so let me see if I can grab that with my fingernail. There we go. How cute. Okay, now for the inside greeting. Again, from the Heartfelt set, I'm going to use the Love You Lots. Oh, there's no stamps in there. Here they are. Love You Lots. And I'm going to stamp that with the Real Red. Cute. And then I've got the Blushing Bride. Let me stamp this. I think I was still using that color, yeah. I'm just going to do a few little hearts here. And then I'll show you the sample because I didn't use this stamp set with my stamp sample. I used something different. Oopsie. I did use some of these. The heart stamps are the same, but I didn't use the snails. All right, what do you think? I think it's cute. Now, if you wanted to put some bling on here, you certainly could put some bling. It might be cute with, let's just do it. It's got the little resin hearts. Oh, I know I have one open. I forgot that I bought another pack because I didn't want to run out of those either. They're too cute. All right. Looks like there's one flying away here. I'm going to stick this little red one right up here. Cute. Oh, my putty doesn't want to grab here for some reason. I don't know why. I think maybe it gets too cold in my room. Yeah, it's not grabbing. Okay. Well, it's really hard when you can't grab it from the top. There we go. All right, that just set it off. Very cute. Happy Valentine's Day. Hello, love you lots. I didn't want to, I wanted this to be for either a boy or a girl, so that's why I didn't put any bows on it. It's too cute, I love it. All right, now let me bring in the one that I did first. Can you see the sparkle there? I sparkled up the pink hearts with Wink of Stella, and you can see it says hee-haw. And there I used the cute little donkey from the Darling Donkeys, which you can get the set that he's in for free with a $50 order. You can choose that as your free celebration. And I glittered up his hooves as well. So, very cute, I think. Fun cards. I love that fold, and it's really pretty with flowers up here on the corner and a beautiful bow. I mean, there's so many fun things you can do with this fold, which is a very easy fold to make. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching me. I will be back again Friday at 2 o'clock for Friday Fun Day. I'll see you then. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.